We finished harvesting the rest of our field corn on Friday. We inadvertently left our best field till last and got more out of this field than both of our other fields combined. But unfortunately, the moisture was higher, and I don't know if that's because it was so much thicker, or we did have a little rain and I thought I gave it enough time to dry, but it's only my third year of dealing with grain corn and drying in the fall, so I have a lot more to learn. This came off at 30% moisture. The other was closer to 25. The extra 5% is really quite a bit more challenging to get out of the grain because it has to be down to 15 or below for good storage conditions. So we drive the carts home and the grain goes directly from there into the dryer. This dryer is like a big tube with warm air blowing down the middle and out through the sides. And once the batch is done, it'll go up through this screen to take out any fines or big things, and then go up one auger, drop into the second auger, which will take it directly up and into the silo. Our combine is about 40 years old and has a lot of moving parts, like any combine. So keeping it dry, keeping the rain off it is really important. So the first thing we did while that grain was drying was to take the head off and back it into our shed. Now we built this shed for our smaller combine, so it's a very, very tight squeeze, but we can get it in there. Two of us, one watching, one driving, and get it away for winter. Then it's now dark, but I'm back monitoring the drying process. I mentioned that warm air is blown into the middle of the corn. This is the 3 million BTU burner. It's a propane burner and it's blowing that heat into the center. It's not cooking, but it's just enough heat to push the moisture out. As you can see here with the steam rolling up out of the side of the dryer. There's a lot to it to get a good crop of corn in the bin this far north, but the modern breeds of chickens really do much better with some corn in their diet. And my bird of the day is an ocean diving duck in the river not far from the farm. It is called a black scoter, and you might be wondering, what is an ocean duck doing in the river? Well, it's more than likely on its way from somewhere in northern Quebec or the Hudson Bay and headed down to the Atlantic Ocean. And on its way, it'll stop in the river, grab a bite to eat, and have a little break.